Loretta doesn't come from central casting of agency personnel. She has climbed most of these mountains many times, understands why people are there, what they're trying to get out of these recreational experiences while protecting the plants, the animals, the things that are native to the mountains, and make sure that they don't get compromised. It would be impossible to really think of anyone else coming into that job. I mean, she's just one in a million. I'm Lloyd Athern. I'm Executive Director of Colorado 14ers Initiative. We're a group that preserves and protects the 14,000-foot peaks through active stewardship and public education. Most Americans won't ever get a chance to climb Everest or K2 or any of the big peaks, but for someone, especially if you're living in sea level and you come out and you climb a 14,000-foot peak and you see a mountain goat and you see marmots and you're like, whoa, this is a totally different world. This is really cool. Loretta brings a crucial role to stewardship because when she's out planning these different routes, it's a multi-year process, and Loretta will hike all sorts of different ways up a mountain to see what is this like, what does this feel like if you're a hiker, what sorts of views will you experience.
The 14ers, they are iconic. They are majestic. They are rugged and beautiful and challenging. And they give us so many things that just our daily life doesn't give to us. That sense of risk, that ability to explore, that ability to challenge ourselves and to feel that we have challenged nature. People do not understand just how fragile the alpine environment is. As few as 5 footprints on some alpine plants will kill them.
A trail is much more than a way to get from point A to point B. You can really look at it as a conservation measure by defining use to a defined area that's incorporating sustainable routes and features. You can accomplish the three-pronged objective of providing that overall enjoyable user experience, overall user safety of that hiker, while also protecting the natural resources. Before there was a recognition of the importance of protecting our natural resources, right, on these 14ers and the tremendous fragility of these landscapes, hikers would go up, users would go up these 14ers in the quickest and shortest way possible. So mostly what we see are fall line trails straight up the side of a hill. That presents a number of problems. Number one, there's a high risk for rockfall because we've just basically made an alley for the rocks to fall. Tremendous risk for erosion, just a rapid path for water to flow. So what we've attempted to do is incorporate the natural design features, some of the natural hardened surfaces, the bedrock already available to us to use, as it's not going to degrade, incorporate some switchbacks to make it a much safer experience and also an experience that protects those natural resources.
To me, accomplishment is protecting the resource. I am looking for stable talus slopes, finding good soils that it can actually withstand the use that the mountains are receiving. And so I can do positive and negative control points throughout a mountain, and my goal is always to tie together those positive control points, those points where you get that view over the cliff, that wind in your face, the smell of the wild roses, whatever it is, all of those senses are important in the design process.
Loretta deserves to be recognized because she has single-handedly designed every single sustainable summit route to at least 43 14ers in the state and growing, and we have everything that's happened on the ground to date over the last several decades, we owe that all to Loretta.
I think Loretta has been just vital to this common link that people at each of the different partner organizations, key leaders have come and gone, and she's been just the glue, the continuing vision that, hey, we've got to get each one of these peaks to have at least one sustainable route on it. And you know, now when does she finally call it quits? Is that when, you know, the last one has been planned or the last one is built? It's like, okay, my work is done. She's an endurance runner and skier, and you know, I have a sense in her mind, it's like, I need to see this through. I'm at mile 20 and I still have 6 more miles to go, so I'm just gonna keep plugging away at it. I think it just shows her life commitment to seeing these peaks protected and seeing those recreational opportunities protected too.